including dioxin?
Well, I can speak to the testing that we are conducting at the federal level, and the state can speak to theirs. If there's conflicting information, it's the data that's coming from Norfolk Southern not matching or meeting our expectations. We feel very confident. I feel very confident in the technologies that we've deployed. We've deployed aircraft. We have mobile vans circling the community. We have stationary air monitoring strategically placed all across this community. We've tested the indoor air quality of over 550 homes. So our data is very solid. And we believe that in our partnership with the state, that we have absolute confidence in if the homes have been cleared and tested for drinking water, then we trust that data. So we feel really good about that.
Are you testing for dioxin?
I'd have to consult with my team. I'm not quite sure if we are testing for dioxin yet. I know that that is under discussion, and it's not something that's off the table.
Are you testing for soil contamination and the path of the plume?
Yes, in collaboration with the EPA, both state and federal, the testing of the soil in yards and things like that, you're hearing from residents, we don't know if we can walk in our lawn or in our yard. That testing is done by the county soil folks, but it's being done as part of the overall collaborative effort in conjunction with the EPA.
Governor Shapiro, we talked to some Pennsylvania residents who feel left out because they're not able to get these checks from Norfolk Southern. They're not able to go to the health clinic. Do you have concerns about that, and what's being done in your state to make sure that those people are made whole and not excluded?
Sure. Well, I've been on the ground in Beaver County multiple times. My team has been there since day one. I'll be back in Beaver County as soon as y'all are done asking your questions here, appropriate questions, of course. And we will be there as long as it takes to make sure that those residents and their needs are addressed. There has been significant amount of back and forth between the residents and their local government, led by the Beaver County commissioners, who have just done an extraordinary job. There's been a lot of engagement on making sure that they have what they need relative to bottles of water. We've been engaging with them over the weekend to set up the testing of their wells and of their water supply, which is occurring literally today. So there's been a lot of back and forth. I want to continue to hear from the residents. Whatever needs they have will be addressed. Whatever costs that are borne in Pennsylvania will be paid for by Norfolk Southern. There will be no problems relative to Ohio getting something that Pennsylvania doesn't. And the fact that this is a federal action being taken by the EPA, combined with some of the other federal commitments made by the president and others, I'm confident Pennsylvania will get whatever it needs to get back up on its feet as a result of Norfolk Southern's incompetence.
Governor, is there anything like equivalent to this clinic that Pennsylvanians can go to?
Pennsylvanians who have health issues have had access to healthcare facilities in the Commonwealth. We know of reports of some people who are taking advantage of that. I'm going to defer to Governor DeWine relative to Pennsylvanians who need access, who may want to access this clinic here. He can speak to that. But we have not received complaints from Pennsylvanians who lack access to health care. And certainly, if we hear a complaint like that, we would make arrangements to get an individual in that general area, affected area, into accessing the health care that they need.
But there have been Pennsylvanians who have been calling in trying to get an appointment at this clinic.
At the clinic here in Ohio, I really can't speak to the clinic in Ohio. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're not going to turn anybody away.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have time for about 2 more questions, and then we'll have to
Mayor,
wrap.
question for the mayor. Would you like to see President Biden visit your community?
I would never turn anybody away. This has been made into a political pawn game. No, I would never turn anybody away. If he wants to come visit, he can come visit. We don't want to be political pawns. We don't want to be a sound bite or a news bite. We just want to go back to living our lives, the way they were. They don't want to see me on television anymore. They don't want want you guys around here. You know, we don't want to have press conferences in our community center. We want to be having picnics here and, you know, go back to small town America. He is more welcome to come if he wants to come. I was very frustrated last night. If you're talking about the comments I made last night, I was very frustrated, and you know I stand by those comments. But yeah, if he wants to come, he's welcome.
Governors, administrators.
I just want to, if I may, I just want to make a comment. This may be obvious, but I think it's important to point out. We've got a Republican congressman and a Democratic congressman who are here. A Republican governor and a Democratic governor who have been working together on this matter since the moments after that train derailed, even before Norfolk Southern tipped us off to it. This is how government is supposed to work, and we're both working together with the Biden administration to make sure we draw down whatever federal resources there are, whatever federal help that they need. The good people of Ohio and Pennsylvania can know that we've put any kind of partisan politics aside, and I'll just speak for myself, not Governor DeWine or the mayor. We don't want the circus coming to town here or in Beaver County. This is not a place for conspiracy theories or political games. This is a place where the good people of Pennsylvania and Ohio deserve answers, deserve accountability, and deserve public servants who are doing exactly what the people up here are doing, and that is putting politics aside to get things done for the citizens of these two great communities.
Just to clarify water testing, you said you're going to do the municipal well, the public water system continuously.
Yes.
What about private wells? Is that going to go on continuously, and how long? And all this is indefinite, or how long?
Look, we're gonna continue to do that. We're gonna continue to test the municipal water, and we'll do that once a week. If people, desire to have their water tested at their individual well, going to do that as well. I've also, since you brought that up, I've also instructed my EPA director as part of our overall what we call H2 Ohio program to see what we can do in regard to the village to give them help so that anybody in the village, so we can expand it, so the whole system, so if anybody wants to be on the system, that they will be able to get off the system. That's a long-term issue, but it's something that we can address.
Before we take just one more question, I just want to note that we have other representatives from all of the agencies that are up here today at the federal, state, local level, so we'll be happy to answer additional questions kind of off the podium with the folks who are here from those agencies. We've got time for one more question.
Governors, administrator, are any steps being taken towards non-financial action against Norfolk Southern for the derailment and subsequent fallout?
I mean, I could tell you, as I said, my Department of Environmental Protection made a criminal referral to the Attorney General's office. My Office of General Counsel is looking at other legal steps that we might take. So we're going to make sure that there is accountability, as I've said multiple times. Accountability to make sure that the resources are spent by Norfolk Southern to cover testing, remediation, et cetera. And if other legal steps are necessary, we won't hesitate to take them in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, let me say for Ohio, Ohio Attorney General will take whatever action that Ohio law allows him to take. And I know he's reviewing this right now. Thank you all very much.
Thank you. Thanks, Governor.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you.